I just want to look at the overall picture of how this Indian team has been doing so well in this tournament and in the one-day formats. And, what is it that you think is really taking them? I strongly believe it's those singles and the way they've been working on it. Why don't you take us through it? Because I remember you'd written about this many years ago, and, like I'm repeating myself, but remember John Wright came in and actually asked you to send a printout of the article. And then we did another full series on it where we put it, and they actually used it
Yeah.
we're talking 2002.
Yeah. See, back then and also now, my thing is pretty much most of the top international sides don't have a problem hitting fours and sixes. Actually, if you look at the data, I think New Zealand has hit more fours and sixes than India has.
Yes.
What they have a problem with, so what they seem to have a problem with is the number of dot balls they play. And if you look at this final, New Zealand was about 25, maybe 30 runs short. Imagine the difference it would have made if instead of playing 150 plus dot balls, they had played only 120 dot balls. 120 is not, it's not negligible. That's 20 overs out of 50 that you're not scoring off. But even that would have given you 30 extra runs. And I remember when we wrote that piece back in 2002 was India was consistently losing narrowly a lot of ODIs.
Yeah.
And, the strike rate, everything looked good. So Ganguly, for instance, would score 100 of 90 deliveries, but then he would have scored 15 fours and 4 sixes. So you're looking at the number of dot balls he played and realizing that because he wasn't taking singles, the team was losing out on runs. And it was not just Ganguly, right? It was pretty much everybody. And the funniest part of that was, I think, John took that to England and he instituted a series of fines.
Before the NatWest.
Yeah. And he produced us this template of fines for X number of dot balls, you pay X amount. And some of the Indian players, I remember complaining to us later saying that we owe them money because tum logon ki wajah se, we had to pay fines.
But look at what happened after that. They did so well.
Yeah. For me, fours and sixes are taken for granted in white ball cricket. You will score fours and sixes. But if you keep an eye on the singles, if you try to reduce your dot ball percentage, and if you try to increase the percentage of the runs you're scoring, it's game on. And funnily enough, today...
Sorry?
No, I was just saying, today, our percentage of runs would have been even better if Kohli had batted for a bit. Because he's the one who mostly drives these singles. Even in the last match, remember, he scored about 3 boundaries, but all the rest of it was singles, twos, and he makes his batting partner also. So, even India has played more dot balls and singles, but India has, to its credit, taken more singles than pretty much every other team. In fact, more than every other team. 29 more than New Zealand, both played the same number of games. So...